Right from the beginning, the centre tried to be as ecologically positive as it was able, but one of the concerns was the mounting electricity bills, and for quite a while we looked at the possibility of solar panels, but because of the cost, it didn't seem feasible. We decided to go to community benefits to see if we could get a grant for the solar panels, because as the name implies, the grants that they supply are for the benefit of the community, and we felt that we could show that the savings in electricity that we would have would be able to benefit the whole of the community here at Encounter Centre. That involves the programmes that we run for people with disabilities, but also all the work that the volunteers do, and the shop and the nursery and everything else. Bruce had done all the background work on the savings, so it was up to me just to put it together with what we felt would benefit other people with the savings that we would get, plus emphasising the ecological side of the project as well. And we were very, very thrilled when we got the grant, because it was such a large one. I guess having the solar panels on here at Encounter Centre and seeing the savings has probably made a few of the people that come along to look at their own homes. And I think there's a sense of pride. You drive along and see the panels, and it's good to know that Encounter Centre is seeking to be energy efficient in whatever ways are possible.
They ask for quotes to install solar power on the building. We were one of the local companies approached, and our proposal was successful. The type of solar power system that they put in was a 21 kilowatt system. It's monocrystalline with SMA inverters. Now, that was our proposal looking at their building and their power bill. So we came up with the best size to meet their needs. And we selected monocrystalline panels because of their efficiency, low light characteristics, and then the SMA inverters because of their reliability. Solar power works by sunlight, converting that sunlight into electricity. Now it does that through the solar panels. Each solar panel has a number of cells. They're semiconductors, they're made out of silicon. When the light strikes those silicon cells, the photons in the sunlight displace electrons within the silicon, and that becomes current, which becomes electricity. That goes into the inverters here and converts to 240 volt for the lights, the machines and everything in the building. There's 84 250 watt solar panels. That's a total of 21 kilowatts altogether. The installation took about 5 days. We had a crew of 4 guys here on site. The benefits of the system, they would have seen those about a month after, because we had to get the meter changed, and we can only turn the system on after the meter's been changed, and then the benefits are immediate. The Encounter Centre uses about 100 kilowatt hours per day. The 21 kilowatt system produces about 90 kilowatt hours per day, so that will basically cover 90% of their usage. The cost of their electricity is around 30 cents per kilowatt hour, and the cost of solar is around 6. That offsets both peak and off-peak power and feeds some power back into the grid, which they get a credit for. So the value of the solar power that is made is around 25 cents. So for every kilowatt they make, they are making around 16 cents in savings. Victor Harbour itself has a very high penetration of solar. It's the highest in the state of South Australia, and South Australia's one of the best solar take-up states in Australia. Is around 25% of houses have solar power. So putting solar panels on a place like the Encounter Centre allows them to concentrate or spend more money on their core business. They're saving around $8,000 a year, so that's money that's not going to their electricity bill, it's going into programs that help their participants.
The Nectar product, the fire we have in the centre here, is one of the few that we promote and install. South Australian made, big capacity heater to do a huge area, as you see, up to 40 squares, and a good solid product. The Encounter Centre, we're looking at options to minimise heating costs. The Nectar Mega heater that we have here in the centre is a wood-fired appliance, and any broken limbs, fallen timbers, offcuts from the timbers they use in the workshops here, good clean fuel, which has to be clean and fuel because of the emissions and the Clean Air Act. So they chose that because it can heat a big area and the cost factor is minimal. The installation of combustion heaters are to be installed by licensed installers. Every state has a different category of regulation. In this state we need to be licensed. Any combustion heater can be installed on any floor material, providing it has a ash arrestor, which is of appropriate size to suit whatever size heater you're putting in. In other words, it's to protect your floor from embers that may fall out of the door and or from radiant heat coming from the front of the heater to the floor surface. Concrete floors are fine, timber floors, carpet floors all need a floor protector and to be compliant once again with the Australian standards. These combustion heaters can also be used for hydronic heating, which is underfloor heating with a hot water system going through. A 15 kilowatt boiler can be fitted to the back of the Nectar Mega, and a 3 to 5 kilowatt system can be used for domestic hot water as well. So very economical during the winter months, in conjunction with solar power, free energy. The running costs of a combustion heater are far less than gas electric, and there are woodlots that are being grown around Australia, land clearing, etc. So forests aren't being cut down to fuel combustion heaters, but still wood fires are a better, cheaper alternative, providing that you don't mind the handling of them. Storing firewood, bringing the firewood in, a few little critters here and there, but apart from that they're quite good. I wouldn't live without one.
There's lots of different types of renewable energy out there, but the poster child of them all, the one that everyone thinks of first, is solar power. And why not? Australia is a giant landmass and we get heaps of sunlight. So what do you need to know if you want to get on board? It may seem like a big outlay, but if you choose the right design and the right size, a solar panel system can pay for itself in 5 to 10 years. Here's the factors you need to understand. The price of voltaic roof panels and inverters is on the way down. The cost of energy from the grid is on the way up. You also need to think about how much you can potentially make in your area by feeding the excess electricity back into the grid. Check out what different energy suppliers in your area are offering per kilowatt hour. You need to know how much energy you use so you can work out what size installation is appropriate and how much sun you can expect on your roof throughout the year. For example, winter sees a bigger dip in solar production if you live in the southern states. There are government incentives to keep an eye out for that can help tip the scale in favour of installing solar power. At the end of the day, a well-planned solar installation should pay for itself, and if you clean the panels seasonally, they should last between 25 and 30 years. So while there's a short-term financial hit, these systems definitely make sense. And what's more, every solar panel on an Australian rooftop is a very public advertisement for renewable, clean and cost-effective energy. It's a great way to make a difference in your community. Jump on the website for more information on how you can make use of one of Australia's most abundant natural resources.